Hey everybody, welcome back to my theatrical campaign, and I'm Dave Walsh, host of Card Talk, and we're here battling at the Pelennor fields.
There's no more stars. Is it time?
Yes.
It's so quiet.
It's the deep breath before the plunge.
I don't want to be in a battle. But waiting on the edge of one I can't escape is even worse. Is there any hope, Gandalf, for Frodo and Sam?
There never was much hope. Just a fool's hope. Our enemy is ready. His full strength gathered. Not only orcs, men as well. Legions of Haradrim from the south. Mercenaries from the coast. All will answer Mordor's call. This will be the end of Gondor as we know it. Here the hammer-stroke will fall hardest. If the river is taken, if the garrison at Osgiliath falls, the last defense of this city will be gone.
It's a crazy quest, it's difficult. I'm using hobbits, so for some of the earlier quests that were hard for other people but easier for hobbits, this quest makes up for that. Before we set up any of this scenario in the campaign, let's take a look at the campaign log and the deck, and then we will come back and get started. Okay, for the campaign log, you'll see for the Battle of the Pelennor Fields is, I have all the toys and stuff. I have a lot of boons to help me out, but I've had them for a while. I'm hoping to see the Palantir of Orthanc come out sometime during this game. That would be great to see it. I think it would be thematic, but I think it would also just really help me to not have to reveal an extra encounter card. I think also one of the things that I want to do, you can see my couple of notes, I need to avoid archery and having an early game War Mumak, but I think one of the things that I really need to do is to really quest through the third quest card. It's hard because it's got an assault keyword, but if I can get through that phase in just a couple of turns, I think that life will be a little easier. But it's a combat-y phase, so I need to make sure that I have Aragorn out, I need to make sure that I have a defender and an attacker readying. I need to have all sorts of stuff available to me so that I can actually successfully do stuff, and that's always a problem. So we'll see what happens. So that's the quest log. So let's take a look at the deck. So here we have the Bond of Saga Ship Hobbit deck. I will say in this particular deck, everybody's going to be working overtime for this scenario. I need beefy attackers. I need all sorts of defense. I need to be able to quest. The better I can quest, the more likely I am to not lose by getting damage on Minas Tirith. So there's just a lot of things I need. So a lot of times when I show you the deck, I like to point out a couple of cards that I may be looking for, but in this case, I think every card is going to be useful, except for Fellowship of the Ring. It's the only card that I can't use, so hopefully I don't get that. Okay, so let's start setting up the campaign. Okay, so let's start with the campaign card here. It says, set each Huron enemy recorded in the campaign log aside out of play. So in the campaign log, you'll see Journey to the Crossroads, and I have the Man of Huron and an Oliphant. So I just have one of each of those. So I'll make sure I do that. Okay, so there's the Oliphant and the Man of Harad. So that's good. And then it says, first player attaches Anduril and Banner of Elendil to Aragorn. So I do have Aragorn and the banner behind Aragorn here. And then I'll take Anduril, put Anduril on top, and he's a side out of play. And the Great Corsair ship, or the Corsair fleet, I guess. I'm still scarred by Siege of Gondor. That gets 5 resources. It says, remove each burden with the following burden set icons. Aragorn is our fellowship hero. So we remove the Frodo boons and burdens, and then we flip this card over. It's the one campaign card so far that we've had to flip over before any sort of resolution effects. Okay, and it says, when the players advance to stage 5B, add each set-aside Harad enemy to the staging area. I have forgotten to do that. One time I forgot, which is a good sign because I was able to get to 5B. I've been able to get pretty far in this, so I just need things to break right. Like I showed earlier, I need to make sure that I don't have any archery, not any archery, but I need to be able to handle archery, and that's sometimes a challenge. So now let's distribute the boons and burdens. Old Bogey Stories goes on to Sam, Tireless Ranger, Samwise Gamgee.
He's one of them rangers.
And Forewarned goes on to Sam. The Palantir of Orthanc, again, I would love to see that this game, and the Sting. They go in here, and now I'll shuffle my deck. I have a 2-threat raise, and now I'm going to take Overcome by Grief and put that over here in the staging area, well, to the left of the staging area. It doesn't interact with anything in the staging area. And then take Pursued by the Enemy into the encounter deck. Now we do 1A. It says, set Minas Tirith, Grond, and the Witch King.
Sauron has yet to reveal his deadliest servant, the one who will lead Mordor's armies in war. The one they say no living man can kill. The Witch King of Angmar.
And each copy of Wraith on Wings aside out of play. So there's Minas Tirith, Grond, the Witch King, and Wraith on Wings, all right here. It says, find the Pelennor field, make it the active location. Octagon makes it the active location. And then it says, Esquire of Rohan and Esquire of Gondor onto different heroes. So the Esquire of Rohan, that's going to go on Mary.
There. A true Esquire of Rohan.
I will likely almost never be able to attack with Rohan. I don't have any Rohan characters in my deck, so that's never going to happen. And then the Esquire of Gondor is a little more reasonably going to go on to Falco, because I'm going to be questing with him, and there is a chance that I could be questing with Gondor characters.
So I imagine this is just a ceremonial position. I mean, they don't actually expect me to do any fighting. Do they?
You're in the service of the steward now. You'll have to do as you're told.
Now we flip this over, and it says, skip the quest phase and combat phase. It says at the end of the planning phase, place 1 progress here. So this is the big, huge thing, right? Is that if the encounter deck gives you a free turn, you know it's going to be a pretty horrible scenario. So let's take that free turn. New turn, let's see what we draw. And so that's actually really good. Word of Healing. And the interesting thing is that I'm not going to play anything this round. The only reason why to play anything this round would be is if I got Treebeard, and then I could ready him and have him useful during the next turn. But all the cards in my hand right now, well, not many of them can be played. Actually, none of them can be played. But if I did have cards in my hand that can be played, it's better to wait the second turn just to see what you get in that second hand draw. Okay, so I put a progress token, and I skipped the quest phase, and so now we will do the next round. I get a Pippin. That is pretty good. Okay, so now planning. The smart move here is to put out an Unexpected Courage onto Sam, and then take and put a Warden of Healing out to heal any damage I get. And that gives me a Gondor character. And to put Pippin out, because that gives me a quester. And then I'm going to save my resources because I want to put the Red Book of Westmarch out next turn so that I can start generating some stuff. Okay, so the end of planning phase. I put the second progress there and advance the quest. It says each player adds 1 set-aside Wraith on Wings to the staging area. And then I also reveal an encounter card. I get an archery one, and it says either deal 2 damage to a hero you control, or deal 2 damage to Minas Tirith. Well, I only have 1 hero that can take 2 damage, so guess what? Here you go, Sam. And it says, starting with the first player, each discards cards on the top of the deck until he discards an ally that's not in play. Okay, so let's see here. Halfling Determination. Gandalf. Gandalf is not in play, but I do have a Gandalf in my hand, so both Gandalfs are going to be out. This isn't horrible. It's a waste of a Gandalf. I don't get to use his response, which is frustrating, but I may be able to stall here for a turn or two, maybe. And that would be pretty nice. So now we flip this over. So X is the total cost of allies in the staging area. Total cost of the allies is 5. And it says allies in the staging area treated as text box are blank. So you can't use the allies. They're tied up, and they are pretty much need to come back to Minas Tirith and get healed. And Gandalf, it's kind of thematic that Gandalf is out there, but it's also kind of stinks that from a playing point of view. And so then I assign damage equal to the number of enemies in the staging area. Okay, so that's why Gandalf is pretty cool, because Gandalf can take a bunch of damage. I think it's the beginning of questing. So at the beginning of questing, we're going to lose a resource here, and then we gain a resource here, and I think that's it for now. Okay, and I'm going to use Bilbo. Normally I would target the Wraith because it's immune to player card effects, but I'm going to target this guy because he needs a good target here. And to do some damage right off the bat is pretty good. So I'll quest for 1. So I'm questing for 10. So there's less of a chance of me actually being able to accidentally quest through this. So search. Attached to a Nazgul. So that's crazy. So this guy gets a mount, and he gets minus 10 engagement cost, but he gets surge. So, okay, so surge. And I surge into a siege tower. I now have 2 threat to 5, so I'm able to get through here. I was questing successfully, so this guy takes a damage. This becomes the active location.
North of the towers! Aim for the trolls! Kill the trolls! Bring them down!
I have to make that the active location, and I go find an enemy. This guy becomes engaged with me. Okay, so I get to ready Sam, and I get to ready Pippin, and that doesn't change anything about him. I need to lower my threat, something fierce here, because this guy has 34 threat, so I have to take a damage somewhere. So I guess I can, let's see, I'm going to bring this guy. Can I kill both of them? Let's see, I can defend both of them with Sam. Oh, can I? I can't. because Sam has, let's see. Okay, yes, I can defend. This guy is attacking for 4. I just engaged, so Sam has 3/4 defense. Whew, okay, good. Well, let's do the archery damage to Mary, I guess. Yeah, I will defend the Southron champion and get rid of the shadow effect. It's not unique, so I can do that. And then I will defend the Mordor orc for 4, or the Orc of the Eye, I guess. No shadow. I love that I got a War Mumak out of the way. There's defenses. And now, let's see, I can attack for something for 3. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to kill the Orc of the Eye. I'm going to save my Unseen Strike, hopefully for some shenanigans. So now at the end of the round, Gandalf takes the damage. Control N. So now I can put the Red Book of Westmarch out for 3, and I can heal Sam and Mary, and that's what I got right now. So at the beginning of questing, I'm going to take this and I'll target that guy with Bilbo. Okay, beginning of the quest phase, I put a resource here, and then I remove a resource on the Corsair fleet. Aragorn's 1 step closer. I will quest with Bilbo for 2. I'll quest for 8, and I can still accidentally get through here, but I'm hoping not to. Okay, remove a hero you control from the quest. I will remove Bilbo from the quest. Okay, so Bilbo is poisoned. But that means that this is 2. So I quested for 5, and there's 2 in the staging area because Bilbo gets removed from the quest. He isn't ready. And so I did get through the siege tower. Okay, so now let's see here. Deal a shadow card. I'll defend with Sam. I'll get rid of the shadow card. Oh, this is bad. Sam is only defending for 2, and I have 4. Ted always tells me it's all about having a defender here. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take and I'm going to engage the Wraith on Wings. That's going to ready Pippin.
Go back to the abyss! Fall into the nothingness that awaits you and your master.
Do you not know death when you see it, old man? This is my power.
And now Sam has 3 defense, but I better kill that guy. I will defend the Wraith on Wing with Pippin. No shadow. Pippin dies. Overcome by Fear comes into play. I'll put that onto Mary here.
No! Oh, no! No!
Now I will defend here and get rid of this shadow card. And I'm taking a damage, and now I can attack back for 2, 3, and then I will use Unseen Strike to boost, and that gets rid of the Southern champion. At the end of the round, I assign damage among allies in the staging area equal to the number of enemies in the staging area. There's no enemies in the staging area, but now this goes, at the end of the round, return attacked enemy to the staging area. So this guy goes back into the staging area, and I get to choose which one I want to resolve first. So I'm going to resolve the quest card first. Okay, so now the Black Dart, that does a damage to Bilbo, and here we go, next round. I'm going to take and put Odo Proudfoot into play. And I'm going to take and put the Honor Guard into play because I get to cancel damage on people because of that Honor Guard. So I'm going to use the Warden of Healing to heal off Oh, I get to put, let's see, Odo Proudfoot. I have no hobbits on the top of my deck. And let's see, now I get to heal Sam and Bilbo. Bilbo is going to quest for 2, so that's 5. And there's 0 in the staging area. So I could accidentally quest through this. Oh, it's the beginning of the quest phase, so I have to remove one of these and add one of these. So I'm questing for 5 with 0 in the staging area. When revealed, each player searches the encounter deck and puts into play engaged with him. Shuffle the encounter deck. Sam gets a bonus attack, or defense. Well, gets bonus everything, I guess. I quested for 5, so I accidentally made it through Retreat from Osgiliath.
We can't hold them. The city is lost.
Tell the men to break cover. Be right for Minister.
Okay, it says each player takes control of each ally he owns in the staging area and exhausts it. Gandalf comes into play, and he's exhausted. The only thing he can do is absorb archery damage if I get it. And it says Minas Tirith. This goes into play here.
Minas Tirith, City of Kings.
And Grond.
Get back there and smash it down!
But nothing can reach it!
Run won't reach it. Bring up the wolf's head.
And the Witch King.
Send forth all legions. Do not stop the attack until the city is taken. Slay them all. What of the wizard? I will break him.
It says each other player. There's no other players. And shuffle the encounter deck. Flip this card over. It says the White City is besieged. So we're already done with the quest phase. Could I possibly travel to Grond? I would have to take an attack from the Witch King. Can't do it yet. I did quest successfully. Okay, now I'm going to defend this guy, I guess. I did quest successfully also, so this guy takes the damage. I am going to deal this guy a shadow card, though. I will defend it with Sam and get rid of this. Sam is defending for 3, so now let's see if I have enough hobbits to gang up on this guy. So 1, 2, 3. At the end of the round, deal 1 damage to Minas Tirith for each enemy in the staging area. Okay, so that's 2 damage. Looks like that's it. I'm sorry. It's not the end of the round. I'm going to do the refresh phase first, right? And I will spend the 1 resource, and I will exhaust Sam and Mary, I guess, and draw 5 cards. That's super nice. Next round. This guy gets a damage. I'll just take the damage, right? I think that I want to get Treebeard out as soon as I can.
Treebeard, some call me.
I don't know where I'll find 4 resources, but I'll figure it out. 4. I'll put Shirefolk into play and lower my threat by 1, 2, 3, 4. That's critical. And I will take and put Fast Hitch and the Warden of Healing into play. I need some defense, though. Maybe Treebeard can do some defense. Maybe what I'm going to hope is in a round to engage the Wraith on Wings, and that will help me. Beginning of questing. I'll do this. I will do this. At the beginning, I get to put a resource here, and then I do a damage to Minas Tirith with Grond. And we get the enemy. So the enemy we get is the Mordor Orc, or sorry, the Orc of the Eye. Here's the thing, at this point I don't have to really quest a ton. Here's what I'll do. I will use the Warden to heal up here like this. Quest with 2, I have to quest for 5. How much is in the staging area? 9 in the staging area. 7, so I can quest for 7, I guess, against 9. I'll do 9. Fire-filled Trench just prevents me from canceling stuff, and I can't travel to it. So that gives me 2. So Assault means the extra comes on here as damage, so I will put 2 damage there. Let's see, I can't travel. So engagements, I will engage this guy, that ready Sam, and I will prevent the archery. I will do a this here, shadow cards. So Sam is defending for 3. I don't have any ability to cancel shadows outside of Forewarned. So I will defend the Orc of the Eye, cancel its shadow. Boom. 3. This guy attacks. I have to take it with its shadow. No shadow. Okay, and Sam is defending, or is attacking for 2. So I can attack for 2, and I will kill this Morgul Captain. And that puts 3 progress on the White City Besieged. Not horrible. Not horrible. Okay, the end of the round. I do damage to Minas Tirith for each enemy in the staging area. There are 2 enemies in the staging area. 1, 2. And then I will do a damage to Bilbo. I will be able to travel to Grond this time around, but I won't be able to attack and kill this thing, I don't think. Unless I decide not to, let's see. Will I be able to defend it? I could chump Odo, and then I could attack for 4, 8, 9. I just don't have the ability to do this. But I will put a Dagger of Westernness onto Samwise. Now we begin the quest phase. So remove this. Now I take control of Aragorn, thank goodness.
Late, as usual! Pirate scum! This knife work here needs doing.
Come on, you sea rats! Get off your ships!
He doesn't have any resources on him, unfortunately. He doesn't collect resources. This guy gets his last resource. He can't have any more than 5. And then Grond gets a resource. And then that does 2 damage to Minas Tirith. Witch King looks for an enemy. So questing. I'm still going to target the Wraith on Wings. Oh, wait, I will heal his damage. Quest for 2. Oh, no. Because of the Banner of Elendil. Okay, Aragorn will be questing. So this will be 3. So I'll quest for 18, and that'll help me prevent putting any damage onto Minas Tirith. Okay, so let's see what we get. Another Black Dart. Okay, so who can we remove from the quest? I will remove Sam from the quest. That's the only guy that I have. I need Falco in his boost. So this guy's going to stay up in the staging area for now. Travel. Now is the time. I'll travel to Grond. When I travel to Grond, this guy makes an immediate attack. He doesn't engage, but I'll move him down. So he gets a shadow card. I will defend with Treebeard. I do have shadow cancellation just in case. No shadow. Treebeard takes 3 damage. I did quest successfully, so I will give myself a resource, and I will do a damage to the Wraith on Wings. Okay, and now I can engage this guy, and I will do some defenses and attack backs, and hopefully get rid of Grond. I have to do archery. I will prevent the archery damage. I think there's only that archery there. So Aragorn is defending for 3, so I will defend with Aragorn here. No shadow, and I will attack back with Anduril and kill the orc. And so this guy gets 2 progress. And now I will defend this guy with Sam. I'll get rid of the shadow card. Sam takes no damage. Now I will attack back with Sam and kill the Mordor orc. And that puts 1 progress onto Grond, and I am able to put this guy in the victory display. End of the round. Damage equal to the number of enemies in the staging area, so that's going to be 2. Do some damage here. Refresh. So technically I should refresh, everybody readies, and then do the damage. Because I could prevent the damage if I needed to. I'll heal the damage on here. So I will bring in Rosie Cotton.
Rosie Cotton dancing. She had ribbons in her hair. If ever I was to marry someone, it would have been her.
And then I will pay 5 resources for Gandalf.
A wizard is never late, Frodo Baggins. Nor is he early. He arrives precisely when he means to.
And Gandalf's gonna, I think, lower my threat by... I actually don't think that I'm gonna do that. I think what I'm gonna do is, let's see, I'm gonna engage this guy. I'm going to have to. So Sam will be able to defend it. I'll be able to defend for however much. +1, so set 7. And then I can attack it back. I'm debating on whether I want to draw 3 cards or not. And then attack back, I have to be able to do 15. So can I do 15? That's 3. Oh, the dagger is going to give me my bonus. So that's 4, 8. I think lowering my threat is the best way to do this. Okay, so Gandalf's going to lower my threat. And I still have a resource for Halfling Determination. And I have a resource for canceling a shadow effect. Okay, beginning of the round. Grond is not in effect. This guy doesn't get any more resources, so he's capped. So now I have to go find an enemy. And I was just thinking that I haven't seen a War Mumak. So, in the staging area, there's 6, 8, 12. Okay, so questing. I'll do 4. So I quest for 17. And now let's see what we get.
This is a device of Sauron's making, a broil of fume he sends ahead of his host. The orcs of Mordor have no love of daylight. so he covers the face of the sun to ease their passage along the road to war. When the shadow of Mordor reaches this city, it will begin.
Doomed 1. Each player deals 1 damage to a hero it controls until the end of round. Printed 6 blocks of each damaged character as if it were blank, except for traits. I can't cancel it, so I will do a damage to Mary, and every damaged character, which is just Treebeard, so I can't ready Treebeard this time around, I quest successfully again. So I'll do this, get my resource, I will do this and put my damage here. I can't travel, so now it's time to engage a Wraith on Wings. Deal it a shadow card. I keep looking at the Fell Beast because it doesn't make it immune to player card effects. This guy's attacking for 7. I can defend with Sam here. So Sam, this guy engaged. So Sam's defending for 2, 3 naturally, and then I will defend with Sam naturally for 3, and then I will play Halfling Determination, because that gives him +2 to all his stats. And so by doing that, that gives him +2 attack. So I will cancel the shadow effect, and I will boost his defense and this guy, and I take no damage. So now I need to be able to do a whole bunch of damage back. He's got 3, so that's 9, 5 defense, so I have to do 14. So I can do 4, 8. Oh, and everybody else attacking gets +1, right? Yes. So that's 5, 9. And Sam is attacking for 2 naturally, plus this is 4, plus the Halfling Determination is 6, plus Aragorn is 7. So that's 7, 12, whole bunch. So this goes into the victory display. And this is done, and because that had 5 resources, that gave it 5 threats, so that gives me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 progress here. So I'm able to advance from the White City besieged.
Courage, Mary. Courage for our friends.
It says set the Witch King out of play. Search the top 10 cards for an ally that matches a sphere of your controls. Put it into Pelennnor's control. Gaffer Gamgee. Each player shuffles his deck. Progress that will be placed on this stage by questing successfully is a set assigned to damage among enemies in play. This thing can only take 3 damage a round anyways, so I can't do anything with that. So I'm going to end up having a whole bunch of stuff still with me. I don't have to engage this thing though, so that's good news. Can stay up in the staging. Oh, I had to take Archery 2. I forgot to take Archery 2. I have plenty of targets for Archery 2. I guess it's Gandalf. Gandalf is a great target for Archery 2. So now, end of round. Control N. Okay, at the end of the round, I have to take a damage from the dart. Oh, end of round. I forgot that. Deal 1 damage. So I get to do 1 damage to Minas Tirith because I have this. Let me heal. I'll heal here and here. Let me get rid of this. And then I will heal here and here. I'm going to heal again. So I'll spend 2. I'll just ready the Warden. I don't have to heal because I may end up taking some damage. So now questing. I don't have anything at the beginning of the quest phase, so I just have to quest for, that's 3. Okay, 7 versus 2. And it says each player searches the encounter dark discard pile for an enemy and puts it into play engaged with him. This guy comes into play engaged with me, so no increase in threat. I quested for 10 versus 2, so I'm able to put my 3 damage on the Oliphant. At the end of the quest phase, advance to stage 5A. First player adds the Witch King Sorcerer side face up. So this guy goes and flips.
Feast on his flesh.
I will kill you if you touch him.
Do not come between the Nazgul and his prey.
And it says only the engaged player can declare attackers. Beginning encounter phase, the Witch King engages the first player and makes an immediate attack. And is he immune to player card effects? This guy on this side is not immune to player card effects. So that's good. Okay, then he searches his discard pile for Fell Beast and attaches it to the Witch King if able. Flip this over. It says the Witch King shadow cards are immune to player card effects. Oh, now he's immune. Okay. When an enemy is attacked, destroys, deal 1 damage to Minas Tirith. This stage cannot defeat unless Aragorn is in play and the Witch King is in the victory display. So Aragorn has to be in play in this, and I also have to engage. This guy comes out. I forgot about this one time. I'm not going to forget it again. The good news is these guys don't have to attack me. Does it say it engages the first player? At the beginning of the encounter phase, the Witch King engages the first player, and then it makes an immediate attack. So he's attacking for 7. He engaged. So Sam is defending for 2, 3 now. Sam is defending for 5. Deal a shadow card. This guy is immune. Oh wait, I did engage this guy this turn too. That was part of it. So Sam is actually defending for 6 now. So that makes me feel a little bit better, right? Because he's net 3, 4 plus Rosie is 6. So what does this guy say? It says while Minas Tirith is in play, this guy comes in and deal it a shadow card. I can't cancel that shadow effect, but so I can take 1 damage. And now I deal more shadow cards. Sam is defending for 4. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to heal. And Sam is defending for 4 against 7. Doesn't do me any good. I did quest successfully, so I'm going to give myself the resource. I'm going to chump with Odo. Discard in a non-objective attachment that you control. Old bogey stories. See you later. Goodbye. Okay. So, and then Odo Proudfoot. And then Mary exhaust because of overcome by grief. And then he has to stay exhausted. So now I'm going to cancel the attack of one of these things. I'm going to cancel this guy's attack. And then I'm going to defend the other one with Sam. And I'll get rid of the shadow card. So Sam takes no damage. So now how much can I pile on to the Witch King? Sam's attacking for 3, 5, 6. Aragorn for 10, and that's 15. So I do 9 damage to this guy.
You fool! No man can kill me. Die now.
and I will ready Treebeard. And when I ready Treebeard, I'll attack and kill one of these guys. I have to deal 1 damage to Minas Tirith because of Odo Proudfoot. At the end of the round, I do 3 damage to Minas Tirith. And this guy goes back into the staging area. Oh, I had to take archery 3, so I will do it to 1, 2, 3, like that. I will prevent one of the archeries. Now at the end of the round, I did the damage to Minas Tirith, right? This guy went back. I'll do a damage to Bilbo and Sam, and now I will ready. I can play this guy for 2, and I can play this guy for 2. So now I have to quest, and hopefully I can, let's see. I don't think I'm going to be able to do it this round. So what's in the staging area? There's 12 in the staging area, and I'll quest for. Oh, this guy's exhausted. Let me heal up some hobbits here. Have to heal them hobbits. So 4. Quest for 18. Let's see what we got. Either deal 1 damage to each exhausted character, or 5 damage to Minas Tirith it is. That was an easy decision to make. So I overquested by 6, and I get to travel to the fire-filled trench. So let's see, I get to do a damage to this thing. So engagements, this guy will engage me. During the engagement, he forcibly engages, but I can actually engage this guy optionally. So I ready Sam. Sam's defending for 3 now, plus this is 4. I will boost his defense to 6. This guy gets a shadow card. Sam is defending for 6. It says if it has the Mordor trait. Shockingly, the Witch King does not have the Mordor. So I will prevent 1 of the damage, and Sam takes 1 damage. Now attacks. Oh, no shadows. Oh, this is good. Somehow I have to do archery 3. I'll do 1, 2, and I guess I'll put 3 here. Okay, Honor Guard, you are going to chump the Witch King. No shadow. The Honor Guard dies. And Mary still can't ready. I think the thing to do is to defend this guy with Treebeard. No damage. I'll ready Treebeard. And then this guy I'll defend with Sam, and Sam is defending for 4. And I can get rid of the shadow card. So now I need to do a whole bunch of damage. Sam's attacking for 7, I guess? Because he had +2 because we engaged this guy optionally, which readied Sam, and this guy. So that's +2. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6. So that's 6. And then Aragorn is attacking for 4. I need to do more. So that's 14. So that's 7 damage more to the Witch King. So this guy goes in the victory display.
I am no man.
This gets shuffled back in, and life is looking pretty good right now. Control N. The end of the round, I know that this is crazy, but at the end of the round, this guy would take a damage, and this guy takes a damage, and Minas Tirith takes 2 damage because there's 2 enemies in the staging area. I did lose a character, so Minas Tirith takes another damage here. Okay, so now we quest. We just have to YOLO quest this thing and get up to 20. So 14 to 17 somehow. So I'll put Thorngill into play, and I'm going to get Bilbo. So now it's YOLO quest time. I think I have all the triggers. Now it's just a matter of questing. So 3. Let me make sure. I will do this, and I will heal 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I will. So the reason why I brought Bilbo into play for Thorngill is so that I could get the lore resource, because I'm forgetting to put the lore resource. Let's YOLO. So right now in the staging area is 3. So we'll quest for 4. 24. So I am extra 21, and I need 17 here to get through this. So let's see what happens. Each player searches the encounter deck, description of an enemy, and puts it into play engaged with him. So because he's out, I get to ready Sam. That gives me an extra willpower. Okay, so 25 versus 3, that gives me an extra 22. So that's 1, 2, 3. Holy cow. I just did it. Okay, I just beat the Battle of the Pelennor Fields. One of the longest playthroughs I've had. 5 quest cards, lots of enemies. I did pretty well here. Let's see what the resolution says. Add 1 copy per player of Wraith on Wings to the campaign pool. The players have earned those burdens, so 1 copy of Wraith on Wings, and Esquire of Gondor, Esquire of Rohan. Okay, so let's see here. Score, it's really 104. Okay, that's crazy. Okay, so let's update the quest log and go from there. Okay, so 12, 21. Final score was 104. I earned boons Esquire of Rohan, and that goes on to Mary. And I earned Esquire of Gondor. That goes on Falco. And I earned Wraith on Wings. So now we go back to some Frodo quests and play the Cirith Ungol. Okay, everybody. Thank you so much. Have a great day.